You've got babies too. What in the world is wrong with you? Don't you even care at all? Brothers, sisters, hear my call. Can't you see what you're doing is wrong? Why can't we get along? Check yourself, change it. We have gotta change our way. Change it, so change our way.
This is where your judge get that information from.
Sound good.
This is when your lawyer can't find an answer and you ask him that hard question, he always step to the side and he texts Emory because I done seen it myself. No names, no pun,
name, please.
no
name.
pun intended, no pun
Let's not throw
intended.
the names on the show.
But whenever they can't find that question, that legal question, they always step to the side. So just give me a few minutes, and they text Judge Emory Anthony. See, I still call him judge because sometimes he have to sit in for the judges too. So I can call him judge. So he's been my client for over 20 years,
Yes.
and I've never had to use him yet because y'all ain't pushed me to that point. But
Well, I hope they won't push you to the point.
yeah, I hope they won't push me to that point either.
Right.
I hadn't had to use him yet.
Yes.
But we have none other than the dapper defender.
Oh my.
That's what they call him in the newspaper. They had him in the newspaper sitting just like that with his legs crossed. And they called him the dapper defender. So we have none other than Emory Anthony, Mr. Get 'em Off.
Get them on. Man, I'm gonna take you out with me so you can introduce me. How you doing this?
I'm doing good.
Great.
He
Good to be here.
he is Mr. A&M. If you he is Mr. Stockham Valve and Fitting.
You going back?
Yeah, see,
You
they
going back
don't
in
know.
the day.
They don't know about Stockham Valve and Fitting.
Yeah, right.
You
They don't know about that.
They don't know you was the star on the baseball team at Stockham Valve and Fitting.
Man, you tell them about that now.
Yeah, see, people don't know you was the baseball guru at A&M.
Yes.
Yeah, you played the first Negro League baseball when Stockham used to play against A&M. I mean, used to play against a Sipco and
Right.
all these other plants.
That's true.
But
That
they
is true.
hated to see you coming though.
Now we could talk about that all day. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
What Stevie Wonder said, wishing back when you were
Yeah.
younger. But I enjoyed playing baseball here in Birmingham. It was
He
very
told me
good.
one day, he said, you can actually Google me. I was like, man, I can't wait till one day when I can say that. You know,
I'm sure they can Google you now.
But they can Google my name, and if they Google my name, it'll come up. So but yeah, you can. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there.
I'm getting there.
Well,
They'll be able to Google me in a minute.
Well, that's great. That's
So
good.
just, I need to find out what elementary school did you go to?
Carrie A. Tuggle.
You went to Tulsa.
On Inner Ridge, that was the elementary school back in the day. Miss Tuggle started the school. Matter of fact, our most famous graduate of Tuggle was who? A.G. Gaston.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I'm here for some history.
Okay. Wow. So you went to Tuggle.
Carrie
Now we're gonna let you do this time because it's you.
Okay. What you want
And
me to do?
you ain't gonna even get no backlash. What high school did you go to?
Well, I started out at A.H. Parker High School in the 9th grade.
Okay.
I had to leave Parker.
Okay.
Mentally, I wasn't ready for Parker.
Really?
No, I was not ready for A.H. Parker.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of things happened to me at Parker.
Right.
At Parker, I started out by trying to play in the band.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, Q, you won't believe this, but I was a very short guy.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a one-band uniform, and the senior had it, so I couldn't play in the band. I had to play with the band,
Yeah.
but I couldn't march with the band. Then I met this young lady who I ended up marrying and been married 50 years now.
Okay.
At Parker.
So you married your high school sweetheart?
She was not my sweetheart. She wouldn't even take a dime from me.
Oh, really?
No, she wouldn't even say hello to me.
Really?
Right.
So you won her over?
No, I think she won me over.
Okay.
But when we were at Parker, I tried to give her a gift. I always kid about this. I was in the 9th grade, and we had classes across from each other, the lockers, and she was just a sweet-looking young lady. And I went out and purchased a gift for her for Christmas, and she turned my gift down, Q. That was the second.
But you know what?
No, Q, that was the second strike. Then I went out for baseball at Parker.
Yeah.
Cap Brown, who
Shout out to Cap Brown.
Right, bless his soul. Cap said, "Man, you're not even big enough to play baseball." So it was a number of things going on, and Jackie Scale, she's passed and going on. She's my teacher, and we were trying to integrate schools. So she told me, "Emory, why don't you think about going to a predominantly white school?" She talked to me. Of course, I didn't even talk to my mother. I signed up for it without it, and I attended Ramsey for the next 3 years. I graduated from Ramsey High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A great experience over there, because what it taught me, Q, when we were growing up, we always believed that white kids were smarter than black kids.
Right.
But when I got over there, I found some people that probably didn't need to be in school at Ramsey. I mean, it's just so bad. But it taught me a lot.
Their ice was colder.
Hey, you know how they always say. But what was great about it, it gave me an opportunity to watch and identify how the other race dealt with things and how we deal with it in a different way. It was, I tell everybody, it was 2 places I grew up, at Ramsey and Alabama A&M. I grew up at those 2 places.
Right.
Yes.
So, and they don't know about your stocking valve and fitting days.
They don't know about, a lot of people don't realize
They think you always been an attorney. They don't know that you worked in the plant.
They don't even understand that I start when I played baseball at Ramsey.
Right.
They allowed me to play baseball.
Yeah.
Played baseball at Ramsey, played at Alabama A&M, and then I left A&M and I started working at Stockton Valves and Fitting. And at that time, Stockton had, the baseball team, the Negro League, really controlled Stockton as far as being involved. They spent lots of money on trying to get people to play baseball. They would hire people that played, was ex-Baron baseball player. They would hire them to play baseball, because in the black community, when Stockton played at Sitco and when Stockton played somebody from Inslee, you had to leave at 12 o'clock to get a seat to watch the game at 3 o'clock. It was just that crowd.
People really supported it.
People supported baseball in Birmingham. That's why I can't understand right now, we do not have young kids playing baseball like we did when I was growing up.
Well, they push them more to football and basketball.
That's true.
And they don't really tell them about baseball. But baseball is the highest paid
It's
sport.
the highest paid sports in America. It's the highest paid sport in America. But people don't realize that until they look at some of these guys' salaries when they compare it to football and basketball. But I enjoyed being at Ramsey. I enjoyed being at Alabama A&M. And when I came home to play baseball, it was interesting. And I tell everybody this, the only reason I got into law, my best friend, Michael Teller, who has passed on, he talked me into going to law school.
Yeah, because that was going to be my next question.
Yes.
Like, how did you end up in law, working in the plant? You know, a lot of people feel like, well, I'm in the plant, I'm going to be here till I die.
Well,
but you didn't do that.
Well, no, to be honest, now when I came to Stockton, I was the first black hired in their management training program.
Okay.
So I had to go around to the different departments and learn about every department in Stockton. They had about 30 departments. And over a period of time, I would go from one department to the other to learn about it. And what was so amazing, I'll never forget this, and this is part of growing up. This guy that was over us was a white guy. He told me, said, Emory, you're going to go to a supervisor that's not even going to speak to you. He's not even going to acknowledge you. And I went to him because we were still dealing with racial issues in the 70s. And when I got there, the guy wouldn't even say anything, good morning, wouldn't even tell me where I needed to go, what I need to do. So I had to spend 2 weeks there with him. And every time I would see him, I would say, good morning. How you doing? Do you have anything? Wouldn't say anything. The next week, he started speaking to me. It's just amazing. I mean, if you consistently do something, you can even break the most racial person down if you show them that you're not fearful of them and you're not going to allow their ignorance to be a part of you.
Right. So, I guess we got to get on into it.
Okay.
You, I opened up with your favorite attorney's favorite attorney.
Yeah.
And I opened up with you are the go-to man when it comes to law because you have been sitting in my chair and lawyers have called you and asked, hey, what do you think? How do you think I ought to handle this?
Oh, you listening to me? What I'm talking about? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't mention no names though. and so now you have built yourself up to be that attorney in the city. And now you have built yourself up to be, for the young boy, man, I'm gonna get Emory.
Yeah, that's true.
I know you see and hear a lot of stories.
Right.
And a lot of people, you know, like you tell me all the time, if you go to jail, don't say nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's amazing. You will have people that I talk to or try to act like they know what's going on. Next thing I said, well, did you give the police a statement? Oh, yeah. I'm like, why? Didn't they read you your rights? Didn't they tell you you have the right to have an attorney? Didn't they tell you have the right to remain silent? They told you you don't need to say anything, but they feel like, and this is the younger generation, they feel like they can talk their way out of anything.
Yeah.
They feel that way, that they can talk their way out of anything.
No, my homeboy now, he had told me.
Right.
Yeah.
That I need to
Then
go
you
in
done
and
got yourself in too deep.
And then they want me to walk on water after they didn't give it a statement. But it's you know what's interesting about it, and I think we talked about this once before, that young people are at that age that they believe everything should happen right now.
Yeah.
And when it will not happen right now, then they become frustrated and then they start reacting and then the police start dealing with them at that point.
Well, it's too late then.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
And that done brought in the dapper defender.
Yeah, right.
They think he supposed to get me up.
Right.
So,
They want me to walk on water. They want me to turn water into wine. They want me to do all those things. And so, you know,
well,
I tell them, I don't do that.
You the dapper defender on the white horse.
Well, I don't know whether I'm on white horse. I think I'm going to be on a black horse.
On a black horse.
On a black horse. I don't want to be on a white horse. That's a little bit too much for me. Too much for me.
Knight in shining on.
I'm knight in shining. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
And I try to tell their parents that your son has created a situation.
Yeah.
And what I'm attempting to do is to find the best way to get him out of it.
Yeah.
Now, sometime going to trial, the state of Alabama may make a mistake, the police may make a mistake, and we're able to really help them. Mm-hmm. But when you go out and shoot 2 and 3 people, it's kind of difficult.
It's kind of hard.
It's kind of difficult. It's difficult. But I love what I do.
Yeah.
You know, it's a blessing from God. I know I wanted to be in politics. I ran for mayor and did all these things, but I love practicing law. I love the courtroom.
Yeah.
You know, I when I go in there, I feel like I'm a totally different person. I'm not laid back. I'm not quiet. And sometimes I amaze myself because I'm in the middle of something. You get so emotionally involved that, you know, I see another Emory Anthony that I hadn't seen for a while.
If you had to change something in the legal system, what would you change for the better?
Well, and I'll say this right off the bat. It starts with the police department.
Right.
If I could change the philosophy that police officers don't understand that they can't be like teachers now, and me and my wife talk about this a lot. You can't gain the respect of a student by trying to be on the same level of that student. Mm-hmm. You have to let that student understand, I'm in control.
Right.
You're a student. Mm-hmm. You have to listen to me. Some police officers want to play around with Bobby Billy and all his main in the community. And these guys end up trying to discipline them when May end up with a gun or doing something, it's too late.
Yeah, you his friend.
Right. May look at you totally different, and you can't.
And it make it hard for the other officers. That's great officers.
Right, it make it very difficult for the police officer that is trying to do his duty or her duties, and that this guy's talking about, man, you know what I'm talking about. You was smoking with me last night. Why are you trying to tell me I can't smoke now?
Yeah, you done got this police officer indicted.
Yeah, you're trying to be different now. We've been out smoking last night. Now you want to bust me and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I think we have to look at. The second thing is we need more parent involvement. Right. And I hate to say this, but I believe, and I did this when I was attempting to run for mayor and it was out of Atlanta, we have to start holding parents responsible for children under the age of 17. Mm-hmm. If you have a gun in a car, and I can understand sometimes you might allow your child to use your car, there's a gun there. But if you have the license for the gun, what I mean, you purchase the gun legally, and you tell the, you're able to show that this is not your son's gun, that's the exception. But parents can't allow a 16-year-old child to leave the house with a gun, and they know he has a gun. Mm-hmm. And they tell the police, well, he's trying to protect himself. And I know what they mean, but you just can't do that. You can't do that.
It was stated today about a governor or either mayor in either Texas or Florida that said we got to start holding the parents accountable.
We have to.
And holding the parents accountable, if your 16-year-old is caught with a gun, right, and you knowingly
know that he has a gun.
Yeah, you know that he has his gun.
Right.
You're gonna be held accountable.
Right. I started that in 1983.
Right.
I took it from Atlanta. Atlanta had the Parents Responsibility Act, and I'm sure it's on the city ordinance where I was running for mayor, and I came up and made a presentation to the city council that we needed to adopt our own Parent Responsibility Act. And they did it, but they chastised me for running for mayor.
Right.
But we have to hold parents accountable. You can't give or allow a child to roam the streets with a gun. Right. Because you and I know when you're out there and someone is approaching you, the first thing you're gonna do is grab the gun.
Right.
And then the street rule, if you pull the gun,
you better use
you're gonna have to use it, because the person's gonna take the gun from you and use it on you. So you're in a bad situation for a child, 16 years old, and he's confronted by somebody, and he pull a gun, and then he's trying to show that he's a man, but he's really not a man. And that's another thing that is kind of frightening when they get in trouble and they talk in these groups how bad they are. Mm-hmm. When they locked up, they in there crying. And I always tell them, please don't go back to the cell with tears in your eyes, because you're dealing with some grown men.
It's too late.
It's too late, right? It's too late.
Another thing we gotta, I guess, that could cut down on guns is stop leaving your gun in the car. Because when they break in that car,
they're gonna get a gun.
That's what they're gonna get. They're gonna get that gun. That's what they look for. All the rest of that stuff they just stumble up on that. But if that gun is in that glove compartment under that seat, now you just really help contribute to that gun.
But
to that
now,
to the street.
I hate to say this because I defend people.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have, and people are not gonna like this. We're gonna have police officers. We're gonna have to give good police officers the responsibility to really police in Birmingham until we take back this city.
Yeah.
I mean, people are gonna have to be stopped. Cars gonna have to be searched, and I know y'all not gonna like this, but we're gonna have to find out who has a gun, and who's carrying a gun.
That's okay, but I think we need to go a little bit deeper than that.
We'll go deeper.
Because the reason, and this might be wrong, but I feel like part of the reason why a lot of these guns are on the street is because of our legislature letting the law be that you don't have to have a permit. Yeah. They also did away with the same thing in New Orleans. Yeah. So they did it here, they did it in New Orleans, they getting ready to adopt that somewhere else. And it's gonna be all over.
Well, gun control is not an issue right now because the people that manufacture guns, and they have a lot of money.
They do, but
they're paying a lot of.
It made it a little harder when you said, okay, you got to be 21 to get a gun.
Yeah. Well,
you got to be this.
You have to be 21 to carry a gun.
To carry a gun.
Yes.
But you got to be this age to get a permit.
Right.
But
at 18,
but now, if you
at
don't-
18, you can really go purchase a gun.
You
You
can.
can purchase a rifle, but
Yeah,
not a
but
handgun.
if you have it in law that you don't have to have a permit,
Mhm.
and the police pull them over, it's hard to, if unless the gun is stolen,
Right.
it's hard for a police officer to say, hey, you got a gun, I need to see that gun. So they take it and they check the gun, right?
Right.
So now it's in his name.
Yeah, in the person's
In the person's
name?
name, in the
Yeah.
young guy's name who they stop.
Right.
So that's hard, especially if he got a gun permit.
Right. Well, like you said, not too many people need a gun permit right now, unless they
But
were-
if you're smart, because look, okay, you don't need a gun permit in
Mhm.
Alabama.
yeah, that's
You don't
correct.
need it in Georgia,
Yes.
and you don't need it in Alabama and Georgia. It's somewhere else.
Mhm.
But when you go to Florida,
Oh,
when
you
you
got
go,
it.
when you,
Yeah.
you hey, if you don't have that gun permit, that's how they triple out them boys up too.
Right.
And they ain't got that gun permit, they lost different.
Well, they're not tripping.
They're
them
not
up.
tripping them up. I mean, it's their law. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
it's against the law.
see, in their mind, oh, you don't need a gun permit no
Right.
more.
You
So when
sound
you go
like-
down there to
Yeah.
Black Bike to Panama City
Right, you got it.
during that week of
Yeah, when they cut up
Yeah.
AEA and all that.
AEA week.
But you sound like one of my clients. It was funny the other day. One of my clients was talking about that he was upset. The
Mhm.
police had stopped him and did a search on the car and found all that drugs. Now he was more concerned. He said, "They stopped my car, Mr. Anthony. They shouldn't have stopped my car. Then they found my drugs in there." I said, "Well, first of all, you shouldn't have had your drugs in the car." Now he hadn't even talked about
Yeah.
not having drugs in the car. He was so ticked off that they stopped his car and confiscated his drugs.
Did he have a driver's license?
No, I mean that's another thing. I mean they drive with suspended license, revoked license, and no tag, and give the police officers a reason to stop.
Okay, you don't have a
You
tag.
don't have a tag.
You don't have a
Right,
license.
Right. You don't have. You know, it's a lot of you don't have
Yeah.
that follow. But I hope that somewhere in this growing area of Birmingham, Montgomery, Mobile, Huntsville, that the people that we elect to go to Montgomery will understand the importance of parents' responsibility and pass something statewide to all parents. See, they're doing it across the country, like the young boy that killed the 4 people, and his dad. They arrested his dad also.
Oh yes,
Yeah. So they're trying to cut down on it.
Yeah.
But gun control is, to me, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Until you get people in Washington to be serious about gun control, gun control is never going to work.
You know, so when we speak of Washington,
Yes.
so I guess we got to go into this presidential race.
Oh, that's great. That's great. The presidential race. Well, let me start by saying this.
Okay.
Some people will be upset.
Okay.
Right? I am happy that Biden decided to, say, well, I'm not physically capable or mentally capable to move on.
Yeah.
I did not think that the community, when I said the community, United States, would adopt Kamala Harris like they have.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's been tremendous. But in Jefferson County and Alabama, we have to keep everything locally. I'm concerned about people not going out to vote. Young people your age, my daughter's age, you all have stopped voting, and I don't know what it is. You try to tell the history of the struggle of what we went through to have the right to vote as people, how they treated us. After Reconstruction, we were freed, and then they said that you could elect a black Congress, and they took that away from us. They took all types of rights back away from us after Reconstruction. And now we have that right to vote, and we don't take pride in voting. So I'm going to ask you, what is the problem? Why young people are not willing to say, like, if it's raining or storming, I'm still going to the club, right? You still going to the club. But when it's raining and storming, we're not going out to vote. And sometimes they say, well, we don't have a choice. Well, you do have a choice. You have evil and the lesser of the evil. Even if you believe that, you still have to vote. You have to have a reason to exercise that right that was denied to you as a race of people. And you can't give up on that. There's too many people right here in Birmingham that were attacked by dogs, killed, just to say I can go vote. And now we don't do it. So what's the answer?
Well, one thing that happened is the excitement that's being put out there. So when President Obama was running, you had all kind of actors, actresses, rappers. Everybody was saying, it's your right, get out and vote, put the commercials out. But look at our local elections.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anybody that's expressing their opinion or voice about voting in big numbers. The foot soldiers, NAACP, and all those local organizations, or not local, all those organizations, the Birmingham Urban League, all these organizations are, saying, okay, we'll register people to vote, but the leaders are not pushing it out there. When you go to the polls, right?
I'm gonna do like I do in school.
Okay. Right. What she said? Well, just give me a minute. When you go to the polls,
yes,
we have not had anybody to explain to us the amendments.
Explain.
Yeah, explain to us the amendments.
Explain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm from Carrie Tugger.
So when I say explain to us
Please.
the amendment,
Yes.
Now beforehand,
yes,
you don't have anybody to explain. Say, hey, this is what this amendment is about. This is what this meant, because they had training meetings, right, going on, saying this is what the amendments are about. When we get to the polls, you got your because you got to go to work. Now you saying, wait a minute, Amendment 10. What is this? Right. So now you want to try to read it. You say, okay, yes, okay, no. Yes. And you just trying to hurry up so you go. I done voted for Miss Harris. I don't know what all this junk is. And you just gone and you turn it on in. But guess what you just voted for? You just voted for them to come up in your house whenever they get ready.
They already can do that.
I'm just saying that's just an example of what the amendments are, right? You just now they can take your gun and they ain't gotta run it in or nothing, because you and everybody else voted for this, not knowing what you were voting for.
But Q, let's talk about this, because I always use Carrie Tugger because we had some of the best teachers in America. Okay. Carrie Tugger. One of the first things they taught us was this: before you get ready to take a test,
okay,
you need to what? Study.
Okay.
Before you go to vote, you need to what? Study. See, we have become a generation, and I'm not just talking about you, I'm talking about all of us. We have become a generation of being lazy. See, when you say we're waiting on, let me finish. Okay. When you say leaders, I want you to understand, every one of us, we are leaders. We're leaders of our household. We're leaders of our boyfriends and girlfriends. We're leaders of our cousins. We're leaders in all different ways. But
good.
Yeah, no, not only sound good, but if you take some of the primary lessons from when you were growing up, nobody should be able to tell you who you should vote for.
Not tell you.
No. Explain to you.
But explain to you this.
I'm a student. I'm not through.
Okay.
I'm not through. Okay. Also, and I know it's difficult.
Okay.
This phone right here. Mm-hmm. Give me your name, and I can start punching in, and I can tell you what you do, where you live, and everything.
All right.
So we don't have an excuse.
I wouldn't say it was an excuse.
But you're saying we need leaders. We should on our own want to know who are making decisions for us. We should want to know that. We should want to know who's voting on us. You're correct. People look like, for the Jefferson County Progressive Democratic Council, which I'm president of, we used to put out a ballot. And it always amazed me how people would go to the polls, look at a ballot, and vote for whoever we have down there. Don't question it, because, and I hate to say this, because we are lazy. Now, you may not agree with it, but we are lazy. Because it's not like you don't have 6 weeks to get prepared for election. You do. You have almost 6 months to get prepared for election. You have from the primary in June to November to find out who the people are running. You have from June to November to find out what's, I'm not through.
All right.
You have from June to November to find out what the amendments are. Now, I don't mind as an organization explaining things to you, but even me, one of the things that I love this man, and people don't understand, when I ran for mayor against Richard Arrington, I respected everything he did because he was the first black man that ran and won the mayor. And I'm sure people wanted to kill him. That was from another generation, the white folks. They were attacking his house and everything. But we became lazy during that process.
Okay.
We became really lazy because we said, he's our leader. Yeah. We said he's our leader. Whatever he says, we're going to go vote for it.
Okay.
Right. We forgot to be responsible to say he is our leader. If you want to say a mayor is the leader of your city. But still, we need to know what he's doing and why he's voting for something. The only thing he ever lost while he was in office was what? The Birmingham Waterworks. He tried to privatize the waterworks, and the citizens voted against. That's the only time he's lost an election that where he endorsed somebody. Because the people understood that you're trying to give away our water system. You're trying to give it away. Now, student, you may ask.
So, when I said leader, I wasn't just talking about the mayor, but
Now I'm talking about period.
But
you're not a leader.
But
you're not a leader.
I am.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, when I say that, at that time, y'all had. I ain't go to Tulsa. I'm from Cottesville.
But if you're Collegeville, what elementary school did you go to?
I went to Hudson. But
thank you. Another one of the oldest black schools in the city of Birmingham.
I don't enunciate all the time.
Go ahead.
Y'all,
yes, sir,
had people that were in your ear teaching,
correct,
and training,
correct,
and showing you all the struggles, the amendments, the this, the that, right? So then that goes to, at some point, y'all age group stop teaching.
No.
Yep.
No.
Wait.
Stop teaching.
Hold on. You all stop teaching because as men and as leaders in our community, you step back and stop teaching. We don't know the amendments because we don't know that they're going to be on the ballot, because if Emory Anthony is running for office, that's what we look. Okay, Emory's running against such. All right, I like Emory because Emory he has better issues. Somebody might say I like such because he has better issues. But when you get to the polls, you didn't know all this stuff was going to be on there. You went to vote for Emory or such and such. Am I right? Now let's just be real. Now you political.
Yeah,
take the political side out of it and understand what I'm saying.
Right.
When you get to the poll, you say I'm finna go there because I'm finna vote for Emory.
Yes.
And that's what most people say. I'm finna vote for Emory. Or somebody say I'm finna go. I want to vote for such because I don't like Emory because he always sharp.
Yeah.
You know, people be saying they be hating. But anyway, so
praise God.
Yeah. So, but when they get there, they got a whole 2 sheets of stuff that they got to read. They got to be at work in 20 minutes.
Right.
And they like, what is all this?
But Q.
So either they mark it or they don't, and they just turn things in.
How many computers do you have?
I understand that.
No.
I understand it.
No, how many computers do you have?
I have a lot of computers.
Right.
There's a stack of them over there.
Right, a stack of them.
And they're not stolen. Let's get that out the way.
Let's get that out the way.
But that's not the point. The point is,
you give me excuses. See, I'm the type of person I can't accept.
You're political.
No, I can't say no. I am political because.
So you understand? You've been doing this a long time.
Because.
And it's not really just making up excuses.
You know why? Because everything you do in life,
you gotta be held accountable.
It's political.
It is.
It is. I mean, you can't. Every law we have starts in either Montgomery or in Washington, D.C. And that's
so who do we hold accountable?
That's something else they taught me at Tuggle. That if there's a law that say that you can't carry a gun, it's going to start in Montgomery or D.C. If there's a law that said that they're going to allow them to go into your house at a certain time, it's either start in Montgomery or D.C. See, we have to understand, and you correct. When we became free, and I like to use that. I'm being cynical when I say that. But when we became free,
we got lazy.
We got lazy.
We did.
We got lazy, but that's our fault. We can't blame other people.
It's not blaming.
What are we doing?
We did get lazy, but it's not blaming. But like I said, you're political, so you understand.
You're political. See, you don't want to be political.
No. I know a lot of stuff.
No.
Wait.
Time out.
Wait. Let me say this.
Are you political or not? I need to hear that, and we need to hear that on our air. Are you political or not?
No. I was gonna say this.
Are you political or not? Because the barbers can't cut a hair in Birmingham until they get a what? Till they get a what?
They can't cut hair and a license.
A license. And where does the license start in? What city? Montgomery. They tell you all what
Jefferson County.
Well, they started in Montgomery. They started in Montgomery. That's the rule.
Yeah, but now we have Jefferson County. Jefferson County Barber Commission. Shout out to the Jefferson County Barber Commission, by the way.
Yeah, but they started with the rules and regulations in Montgomery. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that wherever you work,
but okay then,
you have to follow the rules that are set out.
Are the rules always right?
Well, that's not the question. That's not the question.
Because the rules in Montgomery are always right.
Let me say
we got a law on the book that says
you have to understand first where the rules start that may not be correct.
They might not be right. Because we got
but you got to change it. You can't change it here. You got to change it in Montgomery, D.C.
You're right. You're right about that. Yeah. But we got a law on the book that says it's illegal to take a bath in October before 12.
And if you allow them to pass that,
no, it's on the books.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If they want to enforce that law, they can enforce. It's punishable by death. This is a law. It's punishable by death.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's being extreme. So don't y'all.
No. I promise you can look this law up.
Where Q?
These are old laws that's on the book.
Oh, you talking about old laws?
And guess what?
Wait,
let me say this. So since we're gonna go into old laws, hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
It is punishable by death to put salt on the train tracks.
Yeah. Did you also know this, Q? It was punishable by striking and beating you down if you walked on the sidewalk in the state of Alabama and in the United States when you were black.
It's a law
that was an old law.
It's a law that you can't spit on the sidewalk.
Now, it was so many old laws.
But guess what? It's a law that says if you run for city council,
okay,
you can't run no more.
I don't know.
If you run for city council, if you are a city councilman and you run for mayor or run for another seat, that you lose that seat.
No, you don't lose. Well, you do lose the seat.
Huh?
But you know why that came about? Why did that law came about? It came from Birmingham. They had the people down in Montgomery to lobby because people were trying to decide whether to run against Richard Arrington.
Yeah.
So they came up with the law. Every law.
And it came back up.
Every law starts with some mindset.
That's right.
Some mindset of a person saying, we believe this.
Now, I can't go back and forth with you about law.
Oh, no, but I love it. But because you're giving some real good thought patterns. Yeah. Because only people that make the law are people that we touch every day.
Yeah. Like
right now, I doubt if any of us can tell me there are 5 people that are working down in Montgomery from the Jefferson County district.
You mean like what, legislature?
Legislative, 5.
I can name like state representative.
5, just give me 5.
One in the van.
Okay.
Rolanda Hollis.
Okay.
Mary Moore. Is she still there?
Oh, well, don't ask me if she's still there. Don't ask me if she's
don't ask me if she's Hey, I can name some of the ones that I know. Right, I know Bobby Singleton. I know who else? No, he gone.
Name one more. You don't name one more?
London Coleman.
London Coleman.
So that's 4.
Okay. Who else?
Because I got to think of who I know, and they someone in my phone. Let me get one more. Hold up.
Lord, don't move this mountain.
One more.
You don't need one more. See, back in the day when I was in school,
you had to know it.
I had to know it.
I know it. Don't keep talking.
I had to know
don't think of it. Don't keep
By
talking.
the time we leave, you should be able to tell. But the most important thing, Q, I want these listening audience individuals to understand. everybody that you think that is a leader, they're not leading you where you need to be unless they understand you. You can't call a person a leader but just because they're in office. They have been elected to what? Serve you. They haven't been elected to lead you.
Well, I wasn't just talking about.
And
I wasn't just talking about.
But that's
people
what,
that are. I mean, we
like
just.
who?
So y'all had.
Y'all?
So y'all had Jesse Jackson. You had Al
Jesse-
Sharpton.
wait a minute, Jesse
you had
Jackson.
Reverend Abraham Woods.
No. We had Abraham Woods. We had Fred Shellsworth.
Now when Jesse went over and got them folks, he was y'all leader.
Jesse, and I'm not gonna say never. Jesse was rarely in Birmingham. You had Fred Shellsworth.
I'm saying
No,
y'all
no.
age group. Now come on now.
No, they not my age group. Don't do that. They are not my age group. It was funny. I was somewhere talking, and this little girl said, "You really walk with Martin?" I said, "No, I didn't walk with Martin. They're not my age group. I'm not that far behind."
You had Reverend Shuttlesworth.
Who, and let's stop right here. Reverend Shellsworth was probably the true example of a man that believed in God.
Well, I'm a member of Bethel Baptist College.
Well, that's good. That's good. Let me tell you, this man
under Reverend Thomas,
Wilder,
Dr.
Thomas
Thomas L. Wilder.
See, I didn't even know who you pastor. You know what was so amazing about this man? At a time, Martin Luther King was the charismatic type of person. He could get up and speak, and everybody would want to do this. But Fred Shellsworth, he was a real soldier. This man refused when they were trying to integrate
Phillips
High School, and I was going to Rams, and let me tell you, it was a totally different group of people.
Have you ever saw the video of him when he was walking the chair? They tried to jump him. He didn't lay down there. He was fighting. That little short man was fighting.
Let me tell you, he was a man.
Yeah.
And not only that, when they bombed his church twice, they talked about 16th Street, and that's correct, because 4 girls were killed and everything. But they bombed his church twice before they even started bombing 16th
Historic
Street.
Bethel, by the way.
Before they started bombing 16th Street. This man, if you ever believed that he was God sent, because he should have died at Phillips. Because the white folks beat him like he had stole something. It was so bad they were showing it on TV. Every time he was getting up, somebody, not just the same person, somebody was knocking him down. And he took the whooping, went home, and the next day, he was right back there. He was right back there. So he was the true soul. But I don't want us to lose that history, because you asked about voting. He did that to integrate schools, to show that you should have a right to go to school wherever you want to in Birmingham. Now, did integration hurt us in some ways? Yes, it did. It did.
In a lot of ways.
It hurt us from the business standpoint because I'm not putting it on them.
We stopped supporting each other.
I mean, black business were making millions of dollars in Birmingham because we had nowhere to go but to black business. But we become so excited, like we're about voting, that we just forget where we've come from. And I can't allow us as a race of people to use the excuse, and I know you say it's not an excuse, because right now, and I tell my grandson, whose name is Emory, thank you, Jennifer, you can look up anything you want to and know anything about anybody. Anything. There's nothing this phone...
There's no excuse at all.
There's nothing this phone cannot give you.
And that wasn't what I was saying.
But that's what you're using.
No. That's not what I was misconstrued. Like like sending a text message. And text message can get misconstrued.
I don't like text messages. I really don't. Because you're correct. You can get the wrong meaning.
So what I was saying was, when you get to the polls, not knowing that these amendments.
Why didn't you know, Q?
So if So if you have never.
No.
Wait.
No.
Let me
I'm
finish.
not gonna let you.
Let me finish.
Why didn't you know what was on the ballot that in June? Because in June they start telling you about what's going to be on the ballot.
No, they don't.
Yeah. They don't tell you from a memory.
First of all, let me say this: those little fake commercials that they put out, and those little smear campaigns that they put out, they bog down the TV so much about vote for this person and this person
and vote for this amendment
and vote for no they don't.
Yes, they do. They do vote for the amendment. You're just not listening.
Yeah, because you so bogged down with and such took money, and and so it's like you're like, oh my gosh, they're going another commercial.
This is what you do. This is what you do.
So
when
now,
they talk about we voting against Amendment 3, first thing you say, what is Amendment 3?
that you can do that. You can do
Right.
that. If this is your first time voting,
Okay.
if this is your first time voting,
If you're 18, this is your first time
your
voting.
first time voting,
Yes.
and you got a big number of first time voters, and they have never voted.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody explained to them about Amendment 3 because they didn't see the commercial about Amendment 3. It ain't on all over your Facebook, right? And when you slick come to the churches and want to talk about, oh yeah.
See, Q want to start because he know I love churches. He want to.
No, I'm saying when you come to the churches
Yeah.
and you want to stand up and you want to tell about, I gave back to this and that, and but you ain't telling about, and y'all need to vote for Amendment 3 because Amendment 3 will help get food back into. They're not saying that. They're trying to campaign for themselves.
That's true.
Right? So now you got a whole church full of 18-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know about them. So now when they go, so when I said about leaders, the leaders are your pastors. The leaders are your men in the community. You are a leader as a man, period.
And
but
so are you.
I'm saying, but nobody's telling you about this. So when you get to the polls and now you looking at this ballot, all I know, I wanted to vote for Emory Anthony because he came to my church and spoke. Right?
Sounds good.
Now, when you get there and you see Emory Anthony, okay, but wait a minute, what's all this other stuff? So nobody told nobody about that. This is not an excuse. I'm saying we need to be more informative when we put stuff out.
All right, let's say we are more.
Just like when you said Richard Arrington.
Let's say we are more.
Richard Arrington will have his face up there at the top.
Right.
Then up under there you have now you say go and look up who these people are,
right.
What their qualifications are. Then at the bottom you have the amendments.
But
now you're going
to keep talking about the amendments.
That's just.
I know you're using that as an
example.
How many minutes do you give to voting on a voting day?
Me?
You.
I go through the whole thing.
Okay. So you read it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
When I was little, my grandmother took me to the poll with her. And I said, Granny, who you voting for? She said, that ain't none of your business.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's fun. I was like, why is she keeping it such a secret? I was a little boy,
Yeah.
right? But she took me to the polls with her every time, but she told me how important it was for me to vote. Right? Now, grannies are not teaching, mamas are not teaching how important it is to vote.
Well, mamas and grannies are about
That is
15 years.
That's fine.
They're 15 years apart, so they are not really teaching each other.
That's fine. But if mamas and grannies ain't teaching, the men and the women in the community, which are my village, are supposed to still take up the slack.
I won't disagree with that, but somewhere an individual have to be responsible for themselves if they when they turn 18.
All I'm saying, if you hadn't had guidance before 18, how you gonna be responsible when you turn 18?
I think you can. See, that's why, how do you compete with other people? From the day one, life is this way. When you, in the 5th grade, you're competing against somebody for something. Either best class, best one, the best dress in the class, the best something in the class, best something. So you're competing. I failed to, and maybe I'm kind of hard on us.
You are.
Maybe I am.
Which you should be.
Maybe I'm hard on us, but I don't want to hear an excuse. Because the people that came before me, and let me just talk about them to the audience. A lot of them didn't go to Alabama A&M, were not able to go to school. I remember when I was growing up, the majority of people that were going to schools like to Alabama A&M and Alabama State was females. You had men going, but the larger number was women because the black man understood that he wanted to get his daughter, his sister out of Mr. Charlie's house and let them be professional, even if they had to sacrifice. They knew about sacrificing. The black men that was real men in the community, they knew about get my wife, get my child, get them out of.
So where are black men that sacrifice?
Well, it's everybody's the pimp now. Everybody's pimping. I mean, some kind of way we got to the point.
It's a lot of women pimps too.
I know. Don't start with that because I listen to you every day. They are, but the community, the black community, is down because of black men. We have always had black women that was leading. That's why I can't understand why now black men are talking about they're not going to vote for Kamala Harris. I don't.
That's some person they got going on.
Right, but I don't understand that. And I want you to think back. You use your grandmother as an example.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, in a black house, when I was growing up, grandmother was in charge of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Granddaddy was out working. He was working at Sipco, Stocker, 12 hours a day. The black mamas were the CEOs of the house.
So you saying put Kamala Harris in charge of the house?
No, I'm saying that between and those of you that are Trump folks may not love.
No, I ain't talking about that.
No. I'm talking about that. Trump is the fool.
You just said grandmama kept the house while granddad's out working.
No, but I'm not downgrading or trying to downgrade her being president.
I wasn't saying that either.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what do you mean put it because of the White House? You said put it in control of. I mean, I'm trying to figure that out.
She'll know how to run the house. That's all I'm saying.
Well, she will know better than the person. We started out by saying sometimes you have to vote lesser
of evil.
Lesser of
two evil.
There's two evil. But I want to get back to this about the female because I don't understand black men in today's society. Because black women have always been the back.
Well,
black women, hold on. Black women was the backbone of the civil rights movement. I want you to look at every movie or picture that we have down at our Civil Rights Institute and count the number of black women that was out there with Martin Luther King compared with black men. So I don't downgrade the importance of black women. I mean, they're very strong.
I don't think we should.
No, we never should. We never should. Never should.
At the same time, I feel like we have taken a step back.
Oh, I agree with that.
As men, we have taken a step back.
I agree.
And allow everybody else to come in and take our place. Whether it's women, whether it's other races, we have allowed.
So who do we blame for that?
You said who do we blame?
Who do we blame?
We blame ourselves.
Right. The same way I say we should blame ourselves for not voting, but I'm just taking you around.
I was in so many ways I was agreeing with you. All I was saying was about the amendments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and about certain things that we don't get.
We don't want to read about before we go in there. That's what you're telling me.
No, but I'm saying, how can you read about it if you don't know?
But you gotta know, kid. You got to know what's on the ballot that you're voting for. You got to know.
How?
You got to. They print a ballot every year in August. They print the ballot in August.
So I'll say it's you biased because let me say that. Let me not you biased because you know about the ballot, you get the ballots, you have put ballots out from the progressive, right?
Right.
Okay, so all right, okay then. You all should do a better job of putting the ballot out.
I don't disagree with that.
All right, now
Not only
you, and shout out to the Darius Head, man. May he rest in peace. His organization should do a better job. Not only his organization, other organizations should do a better job.
But how? And let's see, there are at least 350,000 voters in Jefferson County.
Okay, now with that being said,
we can't touch
why not?
Because
you now we'll be crazy. No, wait, hold up.
Financially and realistic, how can you do it?
I got you on that too.
Yeah, financially, how can you do it?
I got you on that too.
How can you do it?
All right, I got you on that too.
Yeah, go. Financially, can you do it?
Okay, wait a minute, wait. You said financially, how can you do it?
How can you do it? Tell me.
All right, now. All these organizations have, we'll just say an allotment of money.
Nobody has an allotment.
All right, nobody has.
Nobody. See, and I'm glad you brought that up because the Jefferson County Progressive Democratic Council, we don't go ask anybody, any candidate for the money.
But you can put out flyers when you need to, right?
We attempt to put out ballots.
Ballots. No, I said flyers or whatever.
Well, but we have to print them. We have to pay for printing them.
All right, now Now, you said financially,
Financially,
how can they do that? All right, check this out.
I'm checking. Check.
Facebook is free.
It's free now.
No, wait,
No.
no.
It's
Now
free
you're
now.
making up excuses.
No, I'm not.
Facebook is
it's
free. Instagram is free.
Now.
TikTok is free.
Now.
No, we ain't talking about now. We talking about
about
period. We ain't talking about back then.
I'm talking about.
Facebook has been free a long time.
How many people do you know? And this is where you gotta be very.
Judge, Nate,
How many people do you know on Facebook that is?
See, now you're trying to lawyer me.
No, I'm asking just a simple question. How many people are on Facebook that are 60 years old? And I'll go one step further.
Go ahead. I want
to go one step further.
You said that are 60 years old. Go ahead.
You know, the majority of people that vote in this county are older people. There are people that remember where we have come from. They're older people. You can go to the polls at 7 o'clock. You're gonna see people on canes walking up to vote.
That's cool.
You're not gonna see young people listening to hip hop driving up.
I think you'll see a big number for Kamala Harris.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But look. So
you all go out and vote on November.
Please go out and vote. On when?
November the 5th.
On November the 5th, go out and vote, please.
Yes.
Now, let's go back to it. You got Facebook.
Yes.
It's free.
It's free. For those that
I haven't seen one ballot on Facebook.
But and you know why?
Because we are lazy.
No. In order to be on Facebook, you gotta be a Facebook friend with somebody.
Dude, don't do that.
Yes, I am. But
you know what? You're trying to lawyer me.
No, I'm trying
to do.
I'm trying to make sure you understand. Just like you said that I don't know the amendments.
If I want
back to these amendments.
This is a ballot.
I'm totally.
This is a ballot, and I need you to go and vote for Amendment 3, Amendment 12, on November the 5th, and then I'm gonna post this ballot on my page with almost 6,000 followers.
Let me ask this.
For free.
And I want you to do that for it next time I do it. Let me ask this. Would you go vote for somebody simply because they told you to vote for somebody?
No, it's not. No. Listen, I can post mine with my people, with the Democrats. She can post hers with hers for the Republicans.
Okay.
I can have my opinion. Hey, you should go and vote for these people, but don't just go and vote because I said so.
How many followers do you have?
Almost 6,000.
All right.
But
you let me say this now because I'm not going to let you take this away. The end of October, you will have a ballot for the progressive to post on your phone.
And guess what I do?
Oh no, you're gonna put it up because you're that type of man.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
And then I talked to Miss Paulette Porter. Shout out to Miss Paulette Porter, Roby. Yesterday, we will be registering to vote, and I'll let you know where we're gonna register to vote at.
Yeah.
So that's that's something I have always done.
You've always done.
Yeah.
Q, you and I are not talking to each other. We're talking to other people.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
you
folks don't know how long I've been around you since I was 17.
Don't go back that far.
So you watched me grow up.
Yeah, I did.
So a lot of stuff that people can talk to you about. I mean, they can't talk to you about. I can talk to you about.
Yeah. Because you do more.
And I stayed out of trouble all those years. And you have never had to come, by the grace of God. You never had to come bail me out. You never had to have that conversation with Q. Why did you do what you did? So.
And not only that, Q.
Don't think I ain't wanted to.
Yeah, I know. And although you talking
about
leaders, you are a leader because you do a number of things in this community from where you have grown up. I know what you do. You will say, I'm going back to make sure these kids have something for school, school books, school.
I'll never stop. I'm
going
to do it for the rest of my life.
That's why I say you are a leader. I mean, you don't have to be, like you say, you don't have to be elected official.
With that being said,
yes, sir.
If I can talk to these young guys, if I can register them to vote, if I can get some of these young guys jobs, then somebody else can do it too. So now, since nobody else, I'm gonna do my part.
Right. You can't worry about somebody.
You can't worry about somebody else. So I'm gonna do my part.
You know that.
So now at the end of the day,
yes.
At the end of the day, we have to do a better job as men in our community of getting the information out. And that's pretty much all I'm saying. You know, not making excuses for why the young people do what they do, but we have to do a better job of getting the information out. I thank God for this platform for being to get information out, because a lot of stuff people said, well, I didn't even know. Like, I had the sheriff, shout out to Sheriff Petway, and he was on and my last show, and he gave out a lot of information, and he gave out a lot of information on how you can get your rights back. He'll help you, as well as he'll help you get a job,
right?
Because he had somebody that can help get a job. So that right there was, everything he said was very informative, right? And so many people have been informative, but one that stuck out was Corey Moon, the fire chief.
Yeah.
He gave out so much information, and a lot of people loved his information they gave, because they was like, I didn't even know the fire department does that. Right. They'll come out and test your fire extinguisher. Right. They'll come through your house and test your smoke detectors, for free. Right. You can come down, you can get your blood pressure checked for free. Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff that people don't know, that platforms like this, and shout out to all the other podcasts and platforms.
So why they don't know this?
Some people aren't on social media. Some people.
Did you say some people are not on social media?
Yeah, some are not.
Okay.
But when I was waiting on you to say something else, when you said something about the 60 and up, because there's a lot of 60 and up on social media, because they stay in these girl inbox. We ain't gonna
man.
But anyway.
But go ahead.
But
he's kidding.
I'm not.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not. If I said it, I said it. But some of the 60, that's the way they keep with their classmates. Seriously though, they keep with their classmates. So it's a lot of stuff.
But see, that's to me, and we'll probably, you cut my hair next week or this week, and we'll talk about it again. But I refuse to give us an excuse. We're the only race of people in this country.
We shouldn't get a pass.
That can say, we can say this, and nobody else can say, we came here to be slaves.
We still stuck in slavery.
No, not really. Not mentally we may be, because we're not using what we got to learn more. But we're the only race that came here as slaves.
Okay.
We're the only race that a law was on the books that denied us to be taught how to read and write. We're the only race here. We're the only race here that whenever we had something, they took it away from us. We're the only race. There is no other race of people have been denied in this country more than black people. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. We're the only race that taught each other how to read and write. We're the only race that was able to pull themselves up without help of any government and fight for their rights. Mm-hmm. We're the only race that can say that truly, when they said we, the people, we were not included in there. We're the only race.
We're 1/5 of a million.
We're the only race. And yet, as we sit here today, we're the only race that can say we can compete with anybody. If we want to do it. Okay. If we want to do it. See, we don't have an excuse. I think God has chosen us. So I believe this. That's why when I go in the courtroom and my kids get on me, laugh about it, I go in and go, I do Muhammad Ali, the champ is here. Yeah. Because I know who God is. I know who he is. And I know he's with us as a people. But we have to realize that. We have to realize we don't need anybody to teach us, because we taught ourselves how to read and write. We don't need anybody to try to explain to us how to be millionaires when we didn't have nothing. We did it. When they took everything from us and they were throwing mess, and I'm not going to say shit, because I know it's probably, they were throwing it out the back. We took the ends of life. We took the pig ears, the pig feet, the pigtail.
Shout out to the oxtails.
And we survived. We the only race that can say that we survived with nothing. So there's nothing you can tell me that we can't do when we want to get together. We can. But we're the first one to try to make an excuse for each other.
President Obama had a slogan, yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And that slogan
gave people some hope and made them go out and vote.
But you know that, and I use that when I usually speak. I use that as the biggest gift that I think God kind of showed everybody, because Obama came from what? A black man and what? A white man, and he became president of the United States. And to me, God was playing a joke on all of us that said that, you know, we'd never have. When I was growing up, the saying was, we'll never have a black president.
Right.
We'll never have a black president.
So the joke is on again because a lot of people say we'll never have a woman president.
It's on us.
Yeah.
It's on. See, that's the good part of it, and it's like hope to me. It's like hope, and I laugh, and we have been talking about this, that so many people criticize this young lady who's running for different reasons, and like you say, everybody got their reason to vote for or vote against her. But we're the only race of people also. We're very hard on each other when it comes to supporting one another. When we integrated, the guy that we were buying suits from, the guy that was cooking, and we would go in there and get food, the guy that was cleaning our shoes, the guy that was ironing our clothes in the clean, we left all them because we felt like we needed to be with who? The other man.
Let's try it.
Yeah, we felt like we needed to lead one another. We have yet to understand as a people, we don't need to lead each other, that we can support. You said take a village. It always took a village in the black community. You can go back to whenever we first built, whenever they had a house. Out here, U.S. Steel used to have houses for people that worked at U.S. Steel. I mean, it was just a black row of houses.
Jim Walter Home.
Yeah, but all those people, every one of them knew each other. Every one of them took care of each other. Everyone provided for each other. The neighbors, it was nothing for me.
So why did y'all stop?
None of y'all. Why did we stop? Why did we stop? I can remember getting up on a Sunday morning, going next door to Miss James to get a cup of milk. It wasn't nothing. It didn't.
Now y'all done stop drinking milk.
It wasn't even anything. Go next door, Miss James' folks come down and say, we need 2 eggs. Wasn't nothing. Everybody shared with one another. Why did y'all stop doing that? We stopped because we became fearful of one another.
I like that.
We're fearful of one another.
That's good.
We're fearful. That's why we stopped. We're fearful of one another.
That's good.
Yeah. And until we get back to, and I hate to use this word, believing in one another, we still gonna be dealing with all these things. We believe in each other if we're playing football, baseball, or what sport. But as far as living each day, as far as supporting each other, we would turn on each other in a moment, in a situation with a black supervisor. We would turn on him, and we'll talk about the white supervisor all day, but we'll say we'd rather have him than have the black supervisor.
Y'all gotta act right on these jobs.
You know, well, we need to act right wherever we are. Wherever we are, we need to act right. But the good thing, and that's what you talk about, Justin Jackson. One thing he said, there's hope, and I believe in that.
Yeah,
I believe in that.
I think that we'll see a nice turnout for Kamala Harris. Y'all name Marika Coleman?
Yeah.
No, you named Linda Coleman.
I named Linda Coleman.
You know, no, Marika is the probably. I don't know whether you were so far behind you couldn't get 5, but you still.
I had 4.
You had 4.
Most people couldn't name 4.
Let me say this. I'm from Carrie Taylor. If a teacher asks you to name 5, you name 4.
Yeah, you still didn't do what she
You
asked you to do.
didn't do what she asked you
Yeah,
to do.
but I said give me a minute. I said I'll come back later.
We've been talking for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you won't let me talk. See, I told you tried to lawyer me.
Everybody, you sound like my wife.
Yeah,
You sound like my wife.
See, if you can win the conversation,
It's not about winning.
by keep on talking,
No, it's
you gonna wear the person down.
No.
And when you start seeing them wear down,
No,
then you say in your mind, I got them.
no.
Then you go that way, you come across that way.
I'm
now
not
you
that
just
way.
lawyer them.
I'm not that way.
Yes, I done seen you in court before.
I'm not that way.
I done seen you in court before.
I'm not
You
that
done had a police officer. The police might have been kind of right, but then you went up this way, and then you came back across that way and you went too fast for him because he was still going up that way. And when you came back across, you took his legs out of my bun.
I'm not that way.
Yes, you are.
I'm not
That's
that
why
way.
you're the best.
I'm not that. You know why I'm the best?
Why?
Because I believe I'm the best. And you got to believe you the best.
And
at
you
what
you
do.
prey on a person who doesn't have confidence in themselves.
I
And
don't
that's
believe
why
I
a lot of
pray.
police
I
officers
don't believe I pray.
and that's why a lot of police officers
Oh, you
they
mean
see you coming.
P-R-A-Y, not P-R-E-Y. Which one? You told me.
P-R-E-Y. Somebody said a long time, I had to take this on, said, are you pray or do you pray?
Yeah.
You thought I missed that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So that's why I kept saying, you trying to lawyer me.
I would never do
But
that.
see, my street sense kicked in, that's why I was able to catch up and keep up. Yeah.
Well, you gotta have street sense.
Yeah. I just wasn't able to name I named 5, but we got Roger Smithman now.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted to say that 19 minutes ago when I was
Yeah, I told you, I know most of them in my phone, but I just couldn't like say them right off the bat, you know. Yeah,
But you should be able.
because it's a couple more of them down there too.
Yo, you know all of them down there.
Yeah.
They've been through here. Ask you, you can see them out. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. And those are the people that work for us.
Yeah.
And I like saying that.
Yeah.
I know they don't like hearing that, but
Yeah.
they work for us.
Yeah, they don't work for us.
Yeah, do.
They work for themselves.
No, they work
But-
for us. They work for us.
Yeah,
You're not on it.
that's all right. Hey, we
She's signing off from
listen.
out
I want to say this.
there.
I want to say this. We actually have the royal family in here today. I'm trying to see how I could word this. So I wish you'd get on there. That started off.
Who's that?
We have the royal family in here, and we have the part of the organization of a vibe called Black.
Yeah.
If you did not go to the vibe called Black, I suggest that you go to the vibe called Black next year.
Yeah.
The vibe called Black was very classy. It was very well put together. They had a white lady playing the harp when you walk in. It was very well structured.
Yeah.
It was almost like the who's who of Birmingham. It just happened to be Black.
Everybody.
But let me
Yeah.
shout out Jasmine Allen
Yeah.
and Jasmine, Dinner and Blunt.
Yeah.
So those are my two of the classy events in the city.
Right.
A vibe called Black was something different that we hadn't seen.
Right. And I have to commend Olivia Anthony, my daughter, and
Olivia Anthony and Jennifer Anthony. And that's where I was going next.
Yes.
See how he just lawyered me? See how he just lawyered
Jennifer
me?
Anthony Williams, thank you.
Yeah,
Mr.
see how he just lawyered me?
Yeah.
See, he wouldn't let me, because he see. So Jennifer Anthony Williams and Olivia Anthony Williams.
Olivia Anthony.
Olivia Anthony,
She's
I'm
not
sorry.
married
Olivia
yet.
Anthony. She's not married yet.
And
She got a big old ring on her right
And
finger.
guys, she's looking for somebody that
Yeah.
is nice. Okay.
She got to find her. Most people looking for their Boaz. She looking for her Emory.
but you know, Q, I really appreciate you putting out that about my family deal and that vibe called Black. My wife was the backbone of everything. Felicia Anthony, shout out to her too. But Jennifer Anthony Williams and Olivia Anthony, I was amazed. I was amazed. They did a tremendous,
It was beautiful.
They did a tremendous job. And every time, and I told you, you know how Daddy is. I looked through the pictures and I said, wow, they really.
I looked through the pictures all the time because I was sharp too.
Yeah.
But listen.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, because they're gonna do one next year.
Let me take my glass. Let me take my glasses
They're gonna
off.
do one next year.
Next year, I need me a VIP section. I
I
want
don't know
my
when we're
name.
gonna do a VIP.
No, I want my VIP section. I want my name. I want to say because I ain't know. I want.
You
my
want a name with
you can put Quincy. You know,
Yeah.
something like that. And I want when people come in, I want to know that that's my section.
I think I'm gonna get a table for you, Quincy.
I don't want. I want.
No, Quincy, you're asking too much.
But see, look, you know, y'all had the couches right there, which y'all was sitting on.
No, we did not. We
What was
walked
that
around the entire time.
Well, when y'all sat down, it was a little section right there. Y'all can give me a table with little chairs right there.
Okay.
Yeah, but
We'll
I-
get something for you.
Yeah.
We'll get something.
Yeah, cause listen,
Yes.
I'm gonna pump that vibe called Black on this show. Like, I'm talking about like hard.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pump that hard, seriously.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, y'all gonna be a part of my package.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate
You know,
being here with you.
Yeah, I really thank you. A long time ago,
Uh-oh.
Judge Anthony had a show.
Oh wow! Now you
And
really going
had,
back.
and he had me on his show.
Yeah.
And we read some stuff in the newspaper. He asked me a lot of questions. And that was my first time being on the show. And I really appreciated him. Because I felt special that he even asked me.
But
So
Quincy Q, I could see that you were a community person that was involved in the community. And you always wanted to help some young child.
yeah,
I mean, I really appreciate that. That's why you caught my eye, and that's why I wanted you on the show. Because we need everybody to be a part.
Yeah, that was pretty smooth. I really liked it. Then the commercials and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I was gonna be doing nothing like this. But
Yes.
yeah, I always thought about that, you know, and especially when I started doing it, I thought about when I was on that show how it was put together. So, and then I was on the show. Anthony Mars, he had a show back when it went Bright House. What was before Bright House?
I can't remember the cable company now. You know we used to pay bills, so I don't know.
Yeah,
what
it was
is.
down here in Woodlawn.
Woodlawn, right on the
Yeah,
corner.
so he
there.
had a TV show inside of their building.
Yeah.
But you know, I just want to thank you for coming on, and thank you for
I
bringing the Royal
enjoy
family with you.
I enjoy it. Yeah, they come to support me.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to the CEOs of Vibe Called Black.
Yeah.
And we will see you
I
all
want to
soon.
do it again. We'll
Yeah, I
come
really
back.
appreciate. I hope so. I hope we got a lot of issues. So now
Yes, sir.
we gonna give a shout out to our sponsors.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Green Acres Chicken downtown, Green Acres Chicken Inslee,
Yeah.
and Green Acres Realty Enterprise. I want to give a shout out to Yo Chef Surf and Turf and Partners Tires. Yo Chef, when you go down, I want you to try the lamb chops. Most people like the lamb chops, so
Okay.
that's one of the premier dishes, signature dishes. I mean, and with Partners Tires, ask for Mike, and he will get you some new tires. Now he just said, don't slide them girl DMs on them bald head tires.
I'll be at Green Acres
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that in Blaze Hookah Lounge, they just moved to the south side, so go and try them out. Creole Connection, as well as Mama M's. Mama M's sponsored some dinners for us when we gave away the tickets for the Layla Hathaway concert.
Okay.
So shout out to them in a major way. And AEG Entertainment, they provided the tickets.
Okay.
And Ripcord, he provided tickets to his comedy show. He has a comedy show. He has comedians, and he did a real good job with that. He had it was like a talent search or something like that, and so they had to win the money, and he had local talent. It was really good, and he provided dinner at Roof Chris for one of the winners.
Oh, he's for real.
Oh yeah. So I mean, we had some good stuff going on last month. So we'll be coming back. We got Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley just did his book. So go out and get Ricky Smiley's book. I can't think of the name of it right now, but go out and get his book. He had a book signed the other day. So shout out to Ricky Smiley, and he will be on Thanksgiving Day. He'll be in Montgomery.
Alabama State.
Alabama State through AEG Entertainment.
Yeah.
So shout out to AEG, man. They got a lot of shows coming. On the 28th, we'll be in Dothan
Okay.
for the Blues Fest. That's supposed to be huge. So I think that's it. We really appreciate you. And we are.
All right. Thank you. All right, my brother.
Can I get on? Yeah. I feel like I've been